We just heard from Sangeeta Reddy, who's the executive director of the Apollo Group, saying that despite their best efforts, the health of the Chief Minister still remains to be serious. All the developments that has been happening since the early morning hours, the Chief Minister, who continues to be in a very critical state, that's according to the latest medical bulletin of the Apollo hospital that has been treating the Chief Minister. She suffered a cardiac arrest in front of her doctor at 5 p.m. yesterday. So it happened last evening, and that's when she was given CPR for 40 minutes. And finally, she was put on a device called ECMO, or which is popularly known as ECMO, which is a heart-assisted device. It's to support her heart and lungs artificially. And the doctor whose assistance was sought by the Apollo hospital, Dr. Richard Beale, has already said that anything could happen now over 90 days. But there is, a positive sign coming in. What we're hearing is that no bleeding has been reported from any vessels. But there is a cause of concern that she has a low physiological reserve. Meanwhile, her close confidant Shashikala Natarajan, along with some senior MPs of the party, are already on the second floor. However, nobody is being allowed to meet the Chief Minister, or for that matter, even see the Chief Minister, including Shashikala Natarajan. MLAs have been asked to arrive at the hospital. They've also been asked to sign a declaration making O. Paneerselvam, who's the State Finance Minister, who recently was allocated portfolios of the Chief Minister in her absence, as the successor. We're getting in lots of callers now. Shiv Ranjani from Coimbatore joins us for the very latest. Thank you so much for speaking to us. If you could just, kindly share your prayers and your wishes for the ailing Chief Minister.
Yeah. So we are trying to be positive, and we are praying the Almighty, and we are waiting for her to come back with a swing, and massively she would come back. She's a fighting lady, and
yes,
all our supports are with her, and all our prayers are there. So we are trying to be optimistic.
Thank you so much, Shiva. And we also have another caller from Coimbatore, Mahesh, who joins us. Mahesh, thank you so much for taking the time out. This is time for everybody to hope for the best and pray for a miracle. Please go ahead and share with us.
Yeah, good evening. I think it is the high time that we should forget all differences among ourselves and pray the Almighty for the speedy recovery of our Honorable Chief Minister Jayalalitha. And I think being a brave lady who has seen so many struggles in her life, she will come out of this also. And I optimistically hope that she will come out with flying colors in this also. And let everything remain with the God's hand. Thank you.
Absolutely, Mahesh. Thank you so much for speaking to us. And we are seeing, crowds of her loved ones, supporters thronging Apollo Hospital. They're praying for some miracle to happen, for a speedy recovery. Messages pouring in for the Chief Minister, who in fact has spent over 2 months being treated for serious respiratory illnesses. TC Jain from New Delhi joins us, and he also would like to share his views. So please go ahead.
I pray to God that Honorable Minister Jayalalitha recover very soon, and she should command the country. I wish her very healthy life. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us. And as I was just mentioning, the Chief Minister had a cardiac arrest last evening at Chennai's Apollo Hospital, where she has been undergoing treatment for now almost over 2 months. What we are hearing is that the Chief Minister has been put on ECMO to support her heart-lung actively. Unni Krishnan from Chennai is our next caller. Unni, thanks so much for speaking to us. Prayers and good wishes coming in for the Chief Minister. Everyone hoping for some miracle to take place. Your views?
Exactly. And I'm so concerned about their health, and being a CM, and basically I'm a native of Kerala, and still I'm working in an IT concern here. But I used to thank her a lot for whatever revolution she have created in Tamil Nadu, especially for the poor people. So this time I take this opportunity to hold hands apart from all the politics and all. Okay.
All right.
So,
Thank you so much. Thank you, Uni. And we also are praying for the best. Let's hope that everyone's prayers are answered. We have with us now Chairman of Medanta, Dr. Naresh Trehan, who joins us now. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to us and just putting things in perspective. Now, you're an eminent cardiologist yourself. Can you just take us through and break it down for us that what kind of treatment is being administered to the Chief Minister? What we do know that she has been put on ECMO, which is if I'm not mistaken, artificially to assist, the body to perform the job of a heart when it fails.
Exactly. Now, I don't know really the details of the exact treatment that she's undergoing. The details are very sketchy. We know that she's been in the hospital for several weeks and then made a good recovery, and it was stated that she may be able to go home in a day or two. And then unfortunately there was this new event that occurred, which is quite serious when they say that she had a cardiac arrest. Now, cardiac arrest can be from many reasons. One of them is the fact that one of the major arteries gets blocked and that the blood supply to a major part of the heart muscle is blocked, so that what happens is that the heart muscle can't function and it fibrillates, so you get a cardiac arrest. Then there are other reasons which can be biochemical or electrophysiological, where you get electrical activity goes haywire and then you get a cardiac arrest. The third thing is that there is enough toxicity or a sepsis in the body and it can make the heart fail. So there are many reasons for this to happen, but however, when this happens, there are two concerns. One is to try to revive the heart, and while you are reviving the heart, that there should be enough blood supply to the brain and the rest of the body organs, brain being the most vulnerable to anoxia, means lack of blood supply. But in the meantime, this ECMO which has been inserted was the right thing to do in the way that it takes over the function of the ailing heart and the lungs, oxygenates the blood, and then pumps it back into the body, so that, in other words, maintaining the circulation so that the oxygen supply to the whole body, including the brain and the kidneys and the liver, is continuous. So with this, you get a second chance. The second chance basically is because that ECMO can stabilize the situation, and if the underlying cause for the lung or the heart failure that happened can be fixed, then it gives you that opportunity to fix that, and then hopefully recovery may happen. So these are the fundamentals of why we use an ECMO. And so,
but
in other words,
sir, is it usually administered to patients who have suffered a cardiac arrest, ECMO?
Now, yeah, for people who have had massive heart attack and cannot be treated with either medicines or an intra-aortic balloon pump, which we normally use, then the last option is to use the ECMO, to give the heart some rest and try to fix the heart, to see what can be done. Like if it's a closed artery, it can be opened with a stent, or if there's multiple closed artery, it may require a bypass. But it gives you that opportunity to give definitive treatment while the patient is being supported by an extracorporeal system. Now, in this particular situation, because the real details are not available, that what actually happened, the outcome is not definitely not predictable at this point.
Right.
So, but it is a second chance. It gives a second chance to be able to revive somebody. So we are all hoping that this works and she can make a recovery. But ECMO is a good device because you can use it for several days, even up to 2, 3, 4 weeks. So that's the situation that we know. Beyond that, we are waiting for bulletins to come out to see what the situation is.
You know, so that's a very important point that you made, that it's a good device and it also gives that kind of time for the heart to recover, to rest. Stay with me. I'll continue to talk about the medical language that is being used by Apollo Hospital. We have several callers. Kaushik from Coimbatore now calls us. Kaushik, please go ahead. What do you have to say?
Sir, Madam, good afternoon. Kaushik from Coimbatore.
Yes. Yes, Kaushik.
Yeah, our Chief Minister is in critical condition. We know our state is in very pathetic condition. We are all people of Tamil Nadu are praying for a quick recovery, Madam.
Absolutely, Kaushik, and one can understand, you know, the kind of anxiety that prevails amongst Jayalalitha's well-wishers and those who support her. and have supported her through the years. We also have another caller. Kaushik, thanks so much for calling us. Venugopal from Bengaluru. Venugopal, thank you so much for taking the time out. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, Venugopal.
I wish and pray God that Amma Jayalalitha gets recovered fully and lead Tamil Nadu state again. I am a good fan of MGR as well as Amma Jayalalitha.
Right, Venugopal, thanks so much for joining us. Going back to Dr. Naresh Trehan, sir, you know, when a sudden cardiac arrest, it requires chest compressions to revive the heart, as you had just mentioned, or supportive drugs. In this case, what we're getting to hear from our sources, that CPR was performed for 40 minutes. Does that usually happen? And, you know, just to ask you the benefits of ECMO, you said that it's a good move, it was a good decision, and it allows, you know, the heart to recover. Has it been a success in, you know, your years of medical field? Have you seen a patient recovering or the heart recuperating after 2 weeks of time or 21 days?
Yeah, absolutely. It has its function. It is a good device. Like I said, we have seen many patients recover. But then again, it falls on the same thing. What is the fundamental underlying problem? If the fundamental underlying problem is an acute event which can be reversed, the chances of recovery become 50-50. So if you look at our own experience, you look at the world literature, the success rate of ECMO used in the right situation is about 50-50. But the point basically is, in her case, if she's been sick for so long, is it an overhang of that? If it is an overhang, then the chances become less. If it is something acute, chances become like normal 50-50. So we don't know, and I think that there is no question that appropriately used CPR was done for 40 minutes. That's a little bit long, but if it was done effectively, it would have preserved the brain and the circulation, because to employ or deploy the ECMO also takes a little bit of time, 15 minutes or so. So I think that from that point of view, this is the best chance she has. And the outcome will be clear in times to come.
Very interesting. And sir, does it become even more challenging for doctors, you know, to fit in ECMO if the patient is critically ill? Because the Chief Minister has been receiving treatment for over 2 months now. She's been suffering from serious respiratory illnesses as well.
Now, I know, you know, there's no point belaboring the whole thing again and again. It's something of concern. Suffice to say that ECMO is a good device to be used in the right circumstances, and does give a second chance for the patient to recover, and gives a chance to the doctors to be able to mend some of the things that require mending. So I think from overall, because the details are sketchy, it's not right to speculate over that. We all of us are doing the same thing, saying that we hope she recovers from all this.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that the rest is all speculation and belaboring the same points, which serves no purpose.
Yes, no, that's true.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you.
All right, Dr. Naresh Trehan, thanks so much for joining us. So Dr. Naresh Trehan there, an eminent cardiologist himself, who's just explaining the benefits of ECMO. ECMO has been already fitted in Jayalalitha, and that's why she is being closely monitored by an expert team of doctors in Apollo. And we're also hearing that a team of doctors from AIIMS will also be flown down to Chennai. They have already sought the assistance of a UK-based doctor who had already been treating Jayalalitha when she had been admitted 2 months back for respiratory illnesses. She has been undergoing treatment for more than 2 months, after which she suffered this cardiac arrest. What we are showing you is visuals of the number of people gathered outside Apollo Hospital. And we can see a huge rush of Jayalalitha's well-wishers, those who have been standing since last night, in fact, just praying for her quick recovery, hoping to hear some positive news from Apollo. But unfortunately, we just heard a short while back from the executive director of the Apollo Group, Sangeeta Reddy, who said that despite Apollo Group's best efforts, the Chief Minister remains in a grave situation. So that's the update that has come in from the executive director of Apollo Group. And we have now a caller, Kanhaiya from Tirupur, who joins us now. And thank you so much for taking the time out. Please go ahead and share with us what you are thinking at this moment.
Always self-prayers are reading. now she is very critical, and God must help her for speedy recovery.
That's true, Kanhaiya, and thank you so much for joining us. So, Jayalalitha suffering a cardiac arrest. Wishes are pouring in from various quarters for her speedy recovery. In fact, wishes not only coming from her loyal supporters, from her fan following, but even from the opposition as well, from political leaders as well. Everyone hoping that she recovers soon. Sources have told India today that Jayalalitha's situation does remain to be serious, and that came in from even Apollo Hospital, who once again issued their medical bulletin saying that the Chief Minister's health is very critical. Jayalalitha's doctors, in fact, what we're hearing, were present in the room when the Chief Minister suffered a cardiac arrest. This took place at 5 in the evening yesterday. Her doctors, what we hear, immediately started performing the CPR on her, and that's something that Dr. Naresh Trehan was just mentioning about, and that's the usual practice to revive the heart, that chest compressions and supportive drugs are administered to stabilize the body's internal rhythm. The doctors, what we hear, immediately also performed CPR that went on for 40 minutes before transferring her onto a heart and lung assist device called an ECMO. According to reports, there is no bleeding from any vessels, and that her lactic acid balance is much better than that of yesterday. But we are hearing that the Chief Minister's physiological reserve is also low.
ECMO is like a heart-lung machine. When you stop the heart and the lungs and you use artificial heart and the lungs in any heart surgery, open heart surgery. Similarly, ECMO is a prolonged heart-lung machine where for over days you can give rest to the heart and the lung. Such patients do recover over a period of time, and that the time will tell us. And the very fact, third, is angioplasty. That means the cause of cardiac arrest has been found. Otherwise, angioplasty would not have been done. The verified angioplasty has been done means there was a narrowing of one of the artery which has been opened, and that will reduce chances of recurrence of such types of cardiac arrest again.
We also have another caller from Madurai, Lakshmi, who joins us now on the phone line. Lakshmi, thank you so much for taking the time out. Please go ahead and express your views.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Me, Mrs. Pulandai Vale from Madurai, Anna Nagar, with our family members, are nearly kneeling down with our arms raised, praying for a speedy recovery for a dynamic and a Chief Minister, Mrs. Jayalalitha, ma'am.
Absolutely, Lakshmi, and I think many of the Chief Minister's well-wishers are hoping for the same, and they also are joining you in praying for the Chief Minister. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're getting in some breaking news. Dr. Beale, the London-based consultant who was working with the doctors at the Apollo Hospital, has issued a statement. He says that the situation is very grave and everything possible is being done to give her the best chance of survival. That's the letter that we have heard from Professor Richard Beale, who has been consulting with the Apollo Hospital all throughout Jayalalitha's treatment at the Apollo Hospital. He, in fact, has said that the situation is grave and that he's keeping a close touch with her situation at Apollo, and like everyone else, has been most encouraged by how well she has been doing. Unfortunately, in spite of the progress she has made, her underlying health conditions inevitably mean that her situation is extremely serious. So that's the news that we're getting in from the Dr. Richard Beale from the London-based doctor who was in fact approached by the Apollo Hospital. He's saying right now that the situation is extremely serious, it's grave, everything possible is being done to give the Chief Minister the best chance of survival.